This is my new 2018 Polaris XCR Switchback 800 snowmobile. I snow checked this snowmobile, and my brother got the same snowmobile as me. It's a 2018, and what's cool about the snow check program is when you spring order a Polaris snowmobile, Polaris guarantees that it's the lowest price you'll pay on the sled and for that whole year until after January. The dealers can't discount the sled any cheaper than the price when you spring order it. And by spring ordering it, I was able to get the 800 in this color with the red, white, and black. I think it's a really nice color. Polaris's color has always been red. Yamaha's blue, Skidoo's yellow, and Arctic Cat's green. A lot of the manufacturers, you can get the snowmobiles in all different colors, but Polaris has always been known to have red. And the only way to get the 800 in the red was if you spring ordered it. Otherwise, I think the standard color on this sled for the 800, I think it's blue and black, or it might be the black and red, which is more black than red, but this choice was more red than any of the other colors. You can also get it in white and black too. So it came in 4 colors: the red and white, the black, and a little bit of red, the white, and then the blue. The XCR, that came out on the Rush in 2017, and now the XCR is new for 2018 on the Switchback model. The XCR stands for Cross Country Racer. This sled, it was only a little bit less than $200 more than getting the Pro S. The Pro X is not as popular. That suspension is very stiff. It's not going to corner as much as a Pro S, but the XCR is supposed to bridge the gap between a Pro S and a Pro X, and the XCR has the Walker Evans clicker shocks, and they have high-low speed adjustment. So the bigger of the two knobs, the red, that's going to be your high adjustment that is your high compression, which is your everyday bumps that you're going to hit, where you want to adjust it for the stutter bumps. And then the small black one there is the compression for the big bumps. When you land off a big jump and you want to adjust the suspension for that, you just turn those clickers. What's cool is the Polaris sleds, it has these access panels right here. So you have one here, and then you have that strap right here, and they're quick release, so you just turn those they're quarter turns, and you can remove the side covers. And same thing over here. See, it says Switchback. And I like on the XCR how you have the black tunnels. I have some aftermarket accessories here. Most of them are all Polaris. We got the ultimate front bumper. We got the red ski loops. We got mirrors, red handguards. We got the ultimate rear storage bag there. And you can get this in black or silver. I got it in black. We have the essentials bag. And this bag is an awesome bag. The inside the windshield bag, which is very nice. Now, it's very hard to run the handguards and the mirrors at the same time, just simply because when you're sitting on the sled, it's harder to see the mirrors when you have the handguards, but you still can see the mirrors, if you're standing up or if you're up closer. But mainly the mirrors is just so you can see, a glimpse of a headlight behind you, so that way you just know that one of the people you're riding with is with you. And when you snow check it, I also got it with the Polaris Interactive Digital Display, which is very nice. Polaris has had this out since 2015 as an option. Some of the sleds at your dealers might have it, some don't. When you snow check it, you get the option. I got it. It's really cool. It separates Polaris from all the other manufacturers because Polaris is the only one that I know of that makes a GPS. Maybe other manufacturers might do it soon, but Polaris was the first. They've had it since 2015. So it has all the maps on there, trails. You can set waypoints. You can set a waypoint where you park your truck and trailer. One of my buddies had a Polaris, and we made our way back to the truck and trailer at night. We relied on it It was snowing really hard, and he set the truck and trailer as a waypoint, and we just followed that black line on the GPS screen on his sled, and it brought us right back to where we were, to the home base. It's got compass, your latitude, longitude points, clock. You got hour meter, trip 1, trip 2, max speed, average speed, trip distance. You got full Bluetooth on here. I don't think any other of the other manufacturers have a option for Bluetooth. So you might say, well, why do I want that on a snowmobile? Well, when you're riding, say one of your guys in your groups gets separated, and you see that you have a call on the screen from Jim, then Jim, must be in trouble. If Jim's calling you, that means he must have stopped his sled, made a wrong turn, anything along those lines. So if Jim texts you or Jim calls you, it'll come up new text message from Jim or a call from Jim. So at least you'll know. Also, because of the Bluetooth, it'll always tell you your phone battery on the screen, also your phone signal strength. So say you have to stop and make a call, and you might not want to stop and get your phone out of your pocket to realize you're in a place where there's no service. Well, before you stop and shut the sled off and do all that, you'll be able to know on the screen if it's a good place to stop, because the screen by the Bluetooth will tell you what the signal strength is of your cell phone. So that's a really cool feature. And the screen also tells you, your engine temperature, battery voltage, pretty much anything you can think of, that screen's going to tell you. Now, the snowmobiles with Polaris, they don't come with this 12-volt plug. I had that put on at the dealer. It's Polaris part. And also the heated shield cord right there. They put that in really nice. That's a Polaris. You can see the Polaris logo. Same thing on the power plug. You got your high and low hand warmers here. And then you got the mode and set right here. And then that is your reverse. And then with the XCR, you can get it with only one track, which is the 1.35 Cobra, and that's what this track is. With the Pro S, the Pro S model comes standard with the 1.25 inch lug ripsaw, which is a nice track. But this sled here, if you snow check it, you can get it with a 1.35. But on the XCR, it only comes with the 1.35 Cobra, which is just a much better track all around. On a switchback with a 137-inch track, you want the, slightly bigger lug. So it's a very good track. So it's 1.35 Cobra, which I believe is the same track that's on an Assault, which is 1.35 Cobra. Now, the only non-Polaris accessory that I have on the snowmobile is these ice scratchers here. And the brand is Stay Cool, and you just lift this up and those go down on the ground. So if you're in a place where there's not much snow, these ice scratchers do work, and they do make a lot of snow go up here to cool that down. And those ice scratchers, they were not that expensive, and I would really recommend the Stay Cool. They make heavier duty ones out there, but you have to bend them, and they don't have as much friction, where these have a lot of friction, so they're really going to work. And when you want them to work, you want them to work. So you can see there's the rear track shock right there, high and low speed. There's the other Walker Evans shock. Look at how serious that rear bumper is. It's a very big rear bumper, just for protection. That's an aftermarket Polaris bumper. I got the ultimate rear bumper and the ultimate front bumper. As I said, these skis do come with black ski tips, but I got them with the red. It just looks a lot cooler. I thought about getting a black windshield, but I really didn't want to, because it would block your visibility a little bit. So that's one of the things I left, was the clear matte windshield that came with the sled. And I didn't want to go with a lower windshield, because I like having the big windshield bag for storage on the inside. This sled has LED headlights. So getting back to everything, I've always been with Arctic Cat, and one of the main reasons why I switched to Polaris is just because a lot of my local Arctic Cat dealers have closed in the area. And Polaris, I feel, has just been ahead on the technology over other manufacturers. I mean, if you look at this machine, Polaris is the first with a GPS. They're the first to have Bluetooth on the snowmobile. They were the first to have LED headlights. I don't know who was the first with LED taillights. They kind of all came out the same. But Polaris was the only one. I think they're actually still the only ones for 2018. Well, no, Arctic Cat does now, but Ski-Doo doesn't yet. But on the Arctic Cats, they don't have the LED headlights on all the models, just some of them. Polaris, you know, they made them on all the Access chassis back in 2015. And all the Access chassis for 2018, of course, you know, they're standard with LED headlights. And what's cool about these, they're 5,000 Kelvin, so they're really bright white light. They're not going to burn out. You're not going to shatter your bulbs. But also, when you put the high beam on, the low beam stays on. So on your old conventional ones, you put the high beam on, the low beam goes off. That's great. Well, now you got the light far out, but not close up. Put the high beam on this Polaris, low beam's still going to be on. So you're going to have that light downrange and close up. And what's really cool is, you know, Polaris, they're in a very strong position right now. They have incredible, good models across the board. And they only have 3 engines, the 550 fan, the 600, and the 800. So it makes Polaris very lean, and with fewer models and less overall development issues, it allows them to concentrate on what they do best, and that's building 2-stroke snowmobiles. And Polaris quality is at an all-time high right now. Warranty costs are at an all-time low, and their riders are very pleased with the product. It has been, you know, just a great time right now for Polaris. And they're definitely doing very, very well. And, you know, I don't want to bash any of the other brands, but Polaris sales have been very good lately. And, you know, it's just definitely a good brand going forward. And trying to make sure I don't miss anything here. I should show you also what this green switch does here. It says mode and set. Mode on the left and set on the right. That is basically a quick button that allows you to access that wonderful screen right there in case you didn't want to press the buttons on the screen. So if it's on while you're viewing the maps, you can toggle between maps, trails, and main screen. So if you press the set button, you know, and hold it in, you can toggle between maps, trails, and the main screen. If you press the set button quick, like just a one press, that's going to allow you to zoom in on the maps, and press the mode quick, it's going to allow you to zoom out on the maps. So that's really cool. And if you press mode in and hold it, that's going to set a waypoint at your current location. So if you wanted to mark that location, you could. So that's really cool, and you can do that on the screen, but it's cool how you can do those quick features right there. And then when you're on the main screen, obviously, if you press this, it's not going to do anything with a GPS. But if you're on the main screen or the GPS screen, and you hold in the set button, that's always going to allow you to toggle between the maps and trails and the main screen, which is cool. So it's a quick way to get there. And if you press the set button once, then you can toggle between battery voltage and coolant temperature if you just do a quick press. And if you press the mode as a quick press, that's going to allow you to toggle between odometer, your trip 1, trip 2, etc. If you hold mode in, that's going to clear the current trip meter if you do that while you're on the main screen. So that's some cool things right there. So Polaris is also another thing besides being ahead in the technology. I mean, if you look at the mountain riders, that's what they're riding, Polaris. And you ask why? Because Polaris makes the lightest snowmobiles. So I just think they are ahead of the competition. They are, you know, the ones that set the bar for the rest. You know, and things change. Maybe in a couple of years, you know, Arctic Cat would be ahead or something, but at least right now, you know, Polaris is definitely in a sweet spot. And this Access chassis, it's been around since 2015. It's a very, very popular chassis. It's very lightweight. It really centralizes the vehicle mass. The way they redesigned the rear suspension, it's just a very nice suspension setup. You know, it just really allows you to be one with the machine. This sled has great control, big bumps, chatter bumps, you name it. On the Access chassis, I just really like the way you sit on the sled. Like, sleds can say what they want, but how you sit on it and how it rides and how it feels is really important. And to me, this sled, the way I sit on it and the way it feels and set up is very nice. And on the XCR, to increase the durability and strength for extreme performance, the XCR features additional race-inspired suspension components, including a chromoly rear pivot, heavy-duty FTS mount, solid hardened jack shaft, chromoly front torque arm, strength to optimize reinforced rail beams, solid bogey wheels, and IQR rear axle wheels. So basically, what Polaris, their goal with the XCR, which is an iconic name in Polaris, it's been around for a long time, and they finally brought the XCR back. This sled is basically ready to ride across the state of Alaska right out of the box. They looked at where things were going wrong and they just made this sled beefier, so it's just ready to go, ready to perform. And the XCR has a racing technology brake system. It delivers unparalleled durability. The race rotor provides increased surface area that effectively absorbs heat from brake pads for more consistent performance and even pad wear, and the brake scoop offers increased cooling and improves durability and performance, while the Type 81 brake pads withstand higher temperature associated with higher speeds. So you have one of the best brakes in the business here. So, for less than $200 more, it's about $200 depending upon your dealer, the XCR is worth it because you do get a lot of beefier components, and you get a racing better brake system. You get the Cobra Track, which is standard, the 1.35-inch lug. Like I said, you can get that on a Pro S, but it has to be a spring order to get the Cobra Track. And also, I should mention on the XCR, another feature is the handlebars are an inch taller than the Pro S handlebars. So you do get the Pro X riser on the XCR. And another thing is on the handlebars here, the left handlebar, as you can see, it bends down more. So it has that hook. So when you're cornering, you can hold on to it a lot better. So there's the bar there on the XCR, whether it's a Rush or a Switchback. The left side handlebar is bent down. So I really like that feature. It just makes it more comfortable to hold on there too, like when you grab onto it. In this 800 Clean Fire engine, I know there's other manufacturers that came out with new engines this year or the year before, but this 800's been a proven engine. It's been out since 2015, and has 3-stage electronically controlled exhaust valves, electronic oil pump, thermostat with bypass, warms up to operating temperatures 40% faster and improves durability, high efficiency intake and exhaust, V-force reeds, lightweight crankshaft, throttle body is lighter weight and reduces throttle effort. The 3-stage electronically controlled exhaust valves provide improved running quality, crisper throttle response. They also have smoother idle and improved fuel economy, and the active feedback for the exhaust valve position provides more accurate fueling in transition situations. These exhaust valves also improve combustion stability, leading to improved durability and engine life. The electronic oil pump eliminates power rubbing gear drive and provides more precise, improved oil delivery for performance and durability, as well as 35% reduction in throttle effort, requires no adjustments. The high efficiency intake and exhaust creates a better breathing engine package for more power. The silencer provides reduced sound levels while on the trail. V-force reeds provide improved performance, throttle response, and reed durability. Now, the lightweight crankshaft weighs 2.5 pounds less, delivering 25% lower inertia and quicker throttle response and spooling. This provides improved acceleration, designed and engineered specifically for the 800 Clean Fire HO engine for increased durability. It's the same lightweight crankshaft used in Polaris race sleds. Has an HO engine piston. Groove piston was designed specifically for the 800 HO Clean Fire engine. Now, all that you can see on Polaris' website, but new for 2018, they did some tweaks to the engine, has a new thermostat, provides lower operating temperature of 110 degrees Fahrenheit versus 125 on last year's 800. So that improved overhead margin and more consistent engine operation, increases main circuit flow by 12%, increasing bypass flow by 9%. New thermostat, it comes on all 800 HO Clean Fire engines. They also changes for 2018, more durable exhaust gas temp sensor, provides over 200% life improvement, improved connector, more durable sensing element, match the new ECU, sealed cross shaft cavity crankcases provide additional lubrication and increased durability, both the 600 and 800, improved mag end seal provides better sealing and increased durability, both the 600 and 800 engines. So, in getting back to the display a little bit, it also provides diagnostics, maintenance warnings, all that, air temperature, time of day, 12 or 24-hour clock format, and the GPS is just amazing. It tells also where fuel, restaurants, lodging, all that stuff. So that's just really nice. And I showed you about the left-hand controls, and you can access them even with gloves on. And, you know, we have the integrated storage here all over the place, so there's plenty of storage. And now, if you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer them in the comments section. Like I said, me and my brother, we each got 2 of these sleds. And a big shout out to Sportline in Queensbury. These sleds both came from Sportline Power Sports there in Queensbury, New York. I called around to a lot of different Polaris dealerships to see who had the best pricing on 2 snowmobiles if I was to snow check 2 snowmobiles at the same time. You know, because that's a very big order. I wanted to make sure I got the right price and, you know, bought from a dealer that was really going to take care of me. And I can't say enough about Sportline in Queensbury. They were so nice. The staff there is very knowledgeable. The owners, snowmobile themselves, they really know what they're doing. Great people to do business with. I would highly recommend them. And look forward to getting a lot of time on this sled this winter. Coming from a 2010 Arctic Cat F8, this will be an awesome sled. It's one of the most comfortable sleds I've ever sat on. And it's also, so far I noticed, it's quieter in sound than my Arctic Cat 800. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to write them in the comments section, and I'd be happy to answer them. See you on the trail soon.